Hi and welcome to this week's edition of JPTV. This week I want to talk about tenants giving notice. So we've had a question from one of our landlords this week because he's allowed his tenants to go onto a periodic rolling contract. And that means that when their fixed term contract ended, he allowed them to stay in the property without signing another tenancy agreement. So then they just go onto a rolling contract. Now in these circumstances, the tenant only needs to give 1 month's notice. But if the landlord wants the tenant to vacate the property, they need to give 2 months' notice. So the difference is with a fixed term contract is when that comes to an end, the tenancy just ends with something called the effluxion of time. So even if your tenant says that they are renewing and they haven't signed a new contract, when the day comes that their contract expires, if they want to just leave the premises, they can. So I would suggest that if they have said that they want to renew, you get them to sign another contract. Also, during the fixed term, if the landlord does want them to leave the property, what you need to do is issue them with a Section 21 notice. Now, I've spoken about Section 21s before, and you can't issue these until after the tenancy has been going for at least 4 months. But you need to give them 2 months' notice still. So if you do want them to leave at the end of the fixed term, you need to give them notice 2 months before, and the best practice is to give it to them on their rent due date. So that's all for this week, and I'll speak to you next week.